I'm Antone Brooks, known as Tony to my friends, and I've written a little children's story, Wistler Rabbit. Well, the book is framed in southern Utah, in Utah's hot Dixie sun. There's a young boy who happens to be the son of a rancher who owns a big sheep ranch. And he finds a rabbit stuck in a barbed wire fence, frees the rabbit, but in the process tears holes in the rabbit's ears. Because of this, the rabbit learns that he can change the pitch of his ears up or down or sideways and whistle, and he can change the tune of the whistle. So he was very ashamed of his ears because they were very big, longer than normally long and wider than normally wide. Everybody made fun of his ears, but with this he learned that he could be very special because of his ears, and he learned how to whistle tunes. You know, when we would travel, my children would ask me to tell them a story. And I told lots of stories as we'd travel. I traveled quite a lot. And one of my youngest sons just recently said, you know, I really like the Wistler Rabbit story. Why don't you write that down? And so because of Evan's encouragement, I decided to write it down. I've read the story to almost all my grandkids now, and they all seem to get a certain amount of enjoyment out of it. There's some of them that really get into it, seriously. Nathaniel Ward gets really excited and wants to be Wistler Rabbit and chase the coyotes. Well, I was raised in St. George, Utah, which is a hot desert. And I spent a lot of time hiking the Red Hill where I saw jackrabbits and cottontails and got acquainted with all the little animals that lived on the Red Hill, including the coyotes. So that kind of got me started, and that's kind of where I framed the story. Well, you know, I've written lots of scientific journal articles. I've written over 200. Scientific journals, contributed to many books. But this is different. When you write a children's story, you're writing for fun. And you're writing to try to have other people have fun too. And so that's been the most fun for me, to write something that I think, I'm 82 years old, I'll be gone after a while. These kids and grandkids may actually read this after I'm gone, and that's been the most fun for me. Reading is one of the most interesting and important skills that a kid can develop. And so I think parents really need to read to the kids. And when they read, they should make it fun. Act it out. Play with the kids. Interact with them. I know that when they read this little story, hopefully they can act it out. They can have a cavalry charge. They can chase the coyote. They'll realize that sometimes the things that they're not very happy about with themselves can become their strength. You know, Dr. Zeus is one of my favorites, okay? Dr. Zeus, I'm Dr. Brooks. Okay, Dr. Zeus, hop on pop. You know why that's so fun? Because the kids like to hop on pop. And so it's one of my very favorites. And of course he has a lot of them that you can act out and you can do things. I hope that children reading this will be able to act out and do some things.
Okay, so we've reached the end of the questions. Do you have any comments about the book, of like anything you'd want to change or anything?
Well, it's been an interesting process. I hope that it will be accepted. I know that my children and grandchildren will like it. I hope others will get the same joy out of it that they do. Thank you for helping me with this interview.